afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Live at 4 on this Monday. We begin with breaking news on this Monday. Madison police say a 20-month-old toddler died after being found critically injured on the city's west side overnight.
Madison Police Chief Sean Barnes is talking about it right now. Let's listen in.
5 a.m. this morning, officers were called just behind me to the 5600 block of Schrader Road to check on a woman who was screaming for help, saying that a man had killed her baby. Officers arrived to find the baby in very serious condition. She was alive at the time, and our officers immediately began giving first aid to this little child. The child was rushed to a local hospital by EMS, where she was later pronounced deceased. The little girl's mother was also assaulted during this incident, and she was also taken to the hospital with very serious injuries. She is expected to survive. 23-year-old Marshawn G. Giles was taken into custody immediately in this apartment building. Officers were able to get Giles into custody safely, even though he began to resist arrest. This man has a long criminal history, and a recent DOC warrant lists him as armed and dangerous. He is also known to possess firearms, and officers observed at least one firearm at the scene of this apartment at this time. We're investigating this case as a homicide. However, the exact cause and manner of the death will be determined by the medical examiner. There were no other children inside the apartment at this time. It seems like this, as I have investigated this case as a juvenile victim detective many years ago, are very hard for everyone involved. Sometimes it's difficult to understand how someone could do something like this. It's a painful day for the family who's directly involved, the community, myself, who's trying to understand why and how something like this could happen, and the officers who responded to what we consider the worst call you can get in police work. I want to thank our officers who bravely entered the apartment not knowing what to expect. And I want to thank the detective and investigators, some of which are still here, who have been collecting evidence and processing the scene and trying to determine what may or may not have happened here. Their work will be important to get justice for a 20-month-old girl who was taken too far, too soon. I will, at this time, take a few questions before I go and check on the officers who are processing and working in this crime scene.
You mentioned that the suspect had a long criminal history. Do we know yet if Child Protective Services was involved at this home in the past? Absolutely.
Last Thursday, our officers got a call regarding a possible child assault. It was not this child, but it was the sibling of this child. And this person was listed as someone who may have been involved in that case. So since Thursday, we've been working with Child Protective Services in order to determine what happened in that case. It's important to note that in that process, the older children who were not here at this time were only not here because our officers made arrangements to have those child stay with the grandparents. So they were not here at the time of this particular incident.
Chief, what is the relationship between everyone here?
It appears that there's some type of domestic relationship between the suspect that I mentioned and the victim. It's unsure whether he's the biological father or not. However, there's some type of domestic relationship.
Did he live here with the mother?
It appears so.
And the incident last Thursday, was the person taken into custody?
He was not taken into custody because he was not located. If he had been located, where had been located, he would have been taken into custody on a DOC hold.
Why were any children
This apartment, I'm not sure. We can get you that information.
Why were any children left in the home?
That will be between...
It's Madison Police Chief Sean Barnes recounting the events overnight in the 5400 block of Schrader Road. A 20-month-old girl injured in a domestic dispute, taken to the hospital and died. Her mother also hospitalized with serious injuries.
We will have much more on later newscasts and always on channel3000.com.
Let's take a look outside on this Monday. Boy, what happened to the weather, Gary?
You know, last 48 hours, our temperature has dropped almost 40 degrees. We went from the low 80s on Saturday to the mid 40s today. The clouds that you see on Visible Cloud Track are one of the reasons. Without the sunshine, boy, those temperatures drop off in a hurry. But at least there's not any precipitation around here, so it's cold, but it's dry. Low temperatures this morning started out around 40 degrees, some 30s to the west of us. High temperatures so far today in the upper 40s, but that was just for a brief period of time because we're down to 43 right now in Madison. You see temperatures already in the 30s closer to La Crosse. By tomorrow morning, we're down to about 30 as skies clear out overnight. Tomorrow will be a partly sunny, breezy, and chilly day with a high of only 46. The cold weather will stick around through the end of the week. We'll also see some chances for rain toward the end of the week. I'll have more on that in the forecast in just a few minutes.
All right, Gary, thank you. What started as a missing child case is now a homicide investigation.
Police found the body of 10-year-old Ileana Lily Peters this morning in Chippewa Falls.
Brady Mallory joins us now with new details of the case. Brady?
Well, right now, investigators say they haven't arrested anyone in this case. According to police, family last saw Peters yesterday. Authorities say Peters' father told police at 9 p.m. she was supposed to be returning home from a visit to her aunt's house. Officers learned someone found a bike that's believed to have belonged to Peters in the woods a short distance from her aunt's house near a walking trail between the end of North Grove Street and the Leinenkugel's brewery parking lot.
We will be working diligently and tirelessly on this case. We encourage anyone with information to please contact the Chippewa Falls Police Department and to maintain a state of vigilance, as there may be a danger to the public.
Authorities say the incident did not meet the criteria for an Amber Alert. Authorities say Peters was a fourth grader at Parkview Elementary.
Brady, thank you. This upcoming Saturday, April 30th, is National Drug Take-Back Day. And today, Wisconsin Attorney General Josh Kaul, along with local law enforcement and opioid experts, held a news conference in the Milwaukee suburb of Franklin to publicize the event. Wisconsinites are encouraged to dispose of unwanted and unused medications at drug take-back and drug disposal locations across the state. Kaul says they don't want pills to fall into the wrong hands, and another reason is ecological.
Water filtration systems can't filter out medications, and so when flushing of drugs happens, those drugs remain in our water system. Water reclamation facilities can't flush them out, and so in addition to groups that are focused on fighting the opioid epidemic, you'll see groups that are focused on working to protect our natural resources.
To find a permanent drop-off location near you, visit the website fda.gov.
The Madison Metropolitan School District held an historic ceremony to honor the land now known as Madison, as well as the original inhabitants, the Ho-Chunk people. All Wisconsin tribes participated in the ceremony. The land acknowledgement ceremony is the first to be held by a school district in Wisconsin. The ceremony included speakers from the Ho-Chunk Nation and other officials, the exchange of gifts, drums, and the installation of a plaque to be installed at all 53 Madison schools.
It's really heartwarming, inspiring, and I just can't, I don't have the words because it's too emotional for me. And especially I'm thinking about my ancestors, my grandparents who suffered all the trauma over those years.
This event happened after lobbying by Native American students and parents in the school district. The district says this event acknowledges them and makes them feel more visible. A new statewide collaboration between Wisconsin Hospital Association and the UW School of Medicine and Public Health aims to bring much-needed help to rural communities facing a dramatic rise in substance use and addiction. The new program improves care for patients in rural hospitals and clinics who need help managing substance use disorders. It was kicked off this month by initiating training for healthcare workers in rural counties in how to recognize and provide care for people showing signs of unhealthy substance use.
And the overall idea is to engage in some workforce development in the rural parts of the state so that more different sorts of healthcare settings can provide competent and compassionate care to people struggling with substance use issues.
The program is kicking off this month with telesessions already taking place. More in-person events will be taking place this fall.
The U.S. Supreme Court is hearing arguments today on a case involving school prayer. Lawyers for a former high school assistant football coach and the public school district that once employed him scrimmaged at the Supreme Court involving a key case on religious liberties. Ex-coach Joe Kennedy was fired from Bremerton High School in Bremerton, Washington, for praying after games. Some students eventually joined in, and the school district asked Kennedy to stop. It offered him an option to do it privately, but Kennedy declined.
For the big rub was they're telling me where I can actually practice my faith, and everybody should be able to practice their faith.
The school district here did just the right thing to respect and protect the rights of the kids and their parents. That should be the bottom line for the court.
The school says after the coach's contract expired, he moved out of the state. A decision on this case is expected before the court's summer recess.
Both President Biden and the leader of Ukraine described the meeting in Kyiv with Secretary of State Antony Blinken and Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin as good.
The two top Biden administration officials traveled covertly by train into Ukraine's capital.
They are the highest-ranking U.S. officials to make the trip there since the Russian invasion began. Deborah Alfarone has more from the White House.
President Biden has announced his intention to nominate career diplomat Bridget Brink to be the U.S. ambassador to Ukraine. She currently serves as the U.S. ambassador to Slovakia. The official White House announcement came after U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken and Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin met for about 3 hours with President Volodymyr Zelensky and his staff in Kyiv.
When it comes to Russia's war aims, Russia is failing, Ukraine is succeeding.
During the visit, the two leaders said the U.S. embassy in Kyiv will reopen in the coming weeks, and American diplomats will start making day trips into the country next week, starting in the western city of Lviv.
We're doing it carefully. We're doing it with the security of our personnel foremost in mind.
The U.S. secretaries also announced $700 million in military financing for Ukraine and nearby allies, amid Moscow's warnings against sending more arms into Ukraine.
We want to see Russia weakened to the degree that it can't do the kinds of things that it has done in invading Ukraine.
Monday, Russian forces launched strikes against Ukrainian railways, which are vital to moving supplies and evacuating civilians. Meanwhile, Russia says it is investigating large fires at 2 of its oil depots near the town of Bryansk, which is not far from Ukraine's border. Deborah Alfarone, CBS News, the White House.
The state committee working on a Vel Phillips statue met to iron out some details at the state capitol today. An assembly committee heard today from the project's director. She says they hope to start putting the statue together next spring and to have it up by the end of next year. Phillips was the first African-American woman to graduate from the UW Law School and the first woman to be Wisconsin's Secretary of State. She died in 2018.
Elon Musk for $44 billion. The news comes 11 days after the Tesla and SpaceX CEO shocked the industry by offering to buy the social media giant. Less than a month ago, Musk revealed he had taken more than 9% stake in the company. The deal will put the world's richest man in charge of one of the world's most influential social media platforms. In a tweet today, Musk says he hopes his biggest critics stay on the platform to help bolster free speech.
Wisconsin's in the midst of an avian flu outbreak, just as many songbirds begin to return to the state. So should you take down your outdoor bird feeder? The simple answer is no. According to the Wisconsin Department of Natural Resources, songbirds are unlikely to contract the highly pathogenic avian influenza in their natural environment. However, if waterfowl such as geese are attracted to your feeder, you should take it down. Avian flu has been identified in either wild or domestic birds in 17 Wisconsin counties, including 7 domestic flocks. Well, still to come at 4, Splashdown.
The first all-private citizen space flight splashed down off the coast of Florida today. We'll have more on the mission as Live at 4 continues.
You're watching News 3 Now, live at 4. Fry Construction invites you to celebrate spring with our big Spring Thaw sale. We're talking about savings of 22%. Many of your neighbors already know how we strive to meet and exceed expectations with each and every project. That's why they voted us Best Roofer 2 years in a row. Experience the best of Madison for yourself with Fry Construction. Get on board with our Spring Thaw sale. Save 22% off gutters or insulation with any full roofing project. Schedule your consultation today at fryconstruction.com.
Time. It's life's most precious commodity, especially when you have metastatic breast cancer. When your time is threatened, it's hard to invest in your future. Until now. Kisqali is helping women live longer than ever before when taken with an aromatase inhibitor or fulvestrant in HR-positive, HER2-negative metastatic breast cancer. Kisqali is a pill that's proven to delay disease progression. Kisqali can cause lung problems or an abnormal heartbeat, which can lead to death. It can cause serious skin reactions, liver problems, and low white blood cell counts that may result in severe infections. Tell your doctor right away if you have new or worsening symptoms, including breathing problems, cough, chest pain, a change in your heartbeat, dizziness, yellowing of the skin or eyes, dark urine, tiredness, loss of appetite, abdomen pain, bleeding, bruising, fever, chills, or other symptoms of an infection, a severe or worsening rash, are or plan to become pregnant or breastfeeding. Avoid grapefruit during treatment. Your future is ahead of you, so it's time to make the most of it with Kisqali. Because when you invest in yourself, everyone gets the best of you.
He has his grandfather's smile.
Her mother's eyes.
My cheekbones.
But will she have my diabetes?
My sickle cell anemia.
His father's heart disease.
Go to joinallofus.org to share your health information and speed up health research breakthroughs. The future of health begins with you.
Here's why it's smart to custom order your Ford SUV. Because custom orders receive priority. You'll get an extra $1,000 order bonus plus incentive protection, guaranteeing you the best offer now or at delivery. And the features you choose. Want an EPA estimated 41 combined MPG in an Escape Hybrid? A 12-inch touchscreen in an Edge? You got it. In a Ford built your way. Order your 2022 Escape, Edge, or Explorer to lock in the special Flex Buy offer and get $1,000 retail order bonus cash.
Are you overloaded with debt? 13 may be your lucky number. No interest Chapter 13 debt repayment. Protect your assets, pay your debts, get a lower payment that you can afford. I'm attorney Peter Francis Geraci. Chapter 13 repayment plans start at only $275 a month. To see if you qualify, on your phone, from your home, statewide, call now or visit us online. Hit the debt-free button. Click or call now.
Welcome back, everyone. Minimizing waste, one bottle of whiskey at a time.
One biofuel scientist has discovered a way to use the byproduct of whiskey to fuel your car. According to Zero Waste Scotland, for every liter of whiskey, there's a huge amount of waste. The solid byproduct of whiskey is called draff. Some is used for animal feed, some goes into the landfill or is dumped in rivers and even the ocean. The scientist uses a fermentation process to transform this byproduct into biochemicals to replace some oil-based products, including diesel used in our cars. The challenge would be scale. Biofuels only account for 3% of fuel used globally. Would you get picked up for drunken driving?
Well, no unused whiskey.
No,
right?
Please.
A 13-year-old whiz kid in Minnesota is about to graduate from college. Elliot Tanner is getting his Bachelor of Science degree in physics from the University of Minnesota next month. Elliot's mom says he started reading without being taught and started doing math at age 3. He started community college at age 9 and earned an associate's degree 2 years later. Now that he's finished his undergrad, Elliot is continuing on at the University of Minnesota. He's starting a PhD program in the fall. He didn't get financial aid or a tuition waiver, so friends and family are raising money for his tuition. Elliot wants to be a theoretical physicist and says he hopes to become a professor at U of M.
I don't even know what that is.
13 years old.
I don't even know what that is. Okay. I get to
now
read
we
this.
feel unaccomplished.
Stocks recovered to end a three-day losing streak. The Dow Industrials added 238 points, closing at 34,049. The NASDAQ gained 165 points. The S&P 500 tacked on 24. Well, the first all-private astronaut crew to fly to the International Space Station has completed its mission.
The 4 private citizens representing Houston-based Axiom Space splashed down off the Florida coast after more than 2 weeks in space.
Daniel Backus has the latest.
The SpaceX Dragon Endeavour capsule splashed down in the Atlantic Ocean near Jacksonville, Florida, just after 1 p.m.
Dragon Endeavour has returned home with the Axiom 1 crew.
Dragon SpaceX, we see splashdown and mains cut.
The picture-perfect landing followed 17 days in space, 240 orbits around Earth, and 6.3 million miles.
My thanks to you, everybody, all the people who have supported us around the world. Just amazing job and amazing mission.
The 4-man team blasted off from Kennedy Space Center April 8th for what was supposed to be an 8-day mission. Bad weather extended the trip to 17 days.
Welcome back to planet Earth. We hope you enjoyed the extra few days in space.
It's the first time a completely private crew has flown to the International Space Station. Former NASA astronaut Michael Lopez Alegria led as mission commander. Others aboard included real estate entrepreneur Larry Connor of Ohio, former Israeli fighter pilot Eitan Stibba, and Canadian businessman Mark Pathy. The men lived among the 7 astronauts already aboard the ISS and spent their days working on more than 24 science and technology experiments. Within an hour of splashing down, the world's newest private astronauts were walking their way back to life on Earth. Danya Backus, CBS News.
I can't wait to hear from them.
Yeah.
To do the post-space interviews and see what they have to say.
SpaceX, founded by Tesla CEO Elon Musk. The company is contracted to fly 3 more Axiom astronaut missions to the ISS over the next 2 years. I don't know what it costs.
So we're wondering that as well. I'm sure it's not cheap.
I'm sure it's not.
Yeah.
All right, still to come at 4, the spoils of war. Billions of dollars worth of Russian assets have been seized.
We'll find out what happened to millions of dollars worth of luxury cars coming up after Gary's First Warn forecast.
People with plaque psoriasis are rethinking the choices they make, like the shot they take, the memories they create, or the spin they initiate. Otezla, it's a choice you can make. Otezla is not a cream. It's a pill that treats plaque psoriasis differently. With Otezla, you can achieve clearer skin. Don't use if you're allergic to Otezla. Otezla can cause serious allergic reactions. It may cause severe diarrhea, nausea, or vomiting. Otezla is associated with an increased risk of depression. Tell your doctor if you have a history of depression or suicidal thoughts, or if these feelings develop. Some people taking Otezla reported weight loss. Your doctor should monitor your weight and may stop treatment. Upper respiratory tract infection and headache may occur. Tell your doctor about your medicines and if you're pregnant or planning to be. Otezla, show more of you.
Consumer Cellular has the best customer service.
They care about the customer.
The best price with best quality.
The prices, the coverage.
The coverage is great.
It was the same, if not better.
Consumer Cellular provides the exact same premium coverage as the nation's leading carriers for half the cost. Switch to Consumer Cellular and get talk, text, and data starting at just $20 a month.
It's like 4 scoops of ice cream for the price of 1.
Switch today and get a 100% risk-free guarantee. Call or go online.
When it comes to pain medicine, less is more. Aleve gives long-lasting freedom from pain with fewer pills than Tylenol. Instead of taking pills every 4 to 6 hours, Aleve works up to 12 hours, so you can focus on what matters. Aleve, less pills, more relief.
Allergy sufferers. Bedtime means it's time to take Zysol. Zysol relieves allergies while you sleep, so you wake refreshed. Plus, it works faster than Claritin, and on first dose, provides the same relief as Zyrtec in a pill nearly half the size. Be wise all. Take Zysol at night.
Fueling up can be pricey, but now filling up on Denny's endless world-famous breakfast is not. Get all the pancakes, hash browns, and scrambled eggs you want for only $6.99. Endless breakfast, endless value. Only at Denny's.
Is that our luggage rack? I fixed that thing. Gorilla Tape.
Of course.
Double thick adhesive with a rugged outer shell for a hold that lasts. For the toughest jobs on planet Earth.
In late October of 2021, I got COVID, and I was pretty sure that I was at the end of my rope.
I knew we were in trouble when we decided to bring in our attorney to start having Joel sign end-of-life documents, business documents.
My last try was an experimental medication. She put me on the Aviptadil, and that next morning when I woke up, I was a new man.
Because of Ron Johnson's right to try bill, I have my husband today.
I'm Ron Johnson, and I approve this message.
We're here today to set the record straight about Dupuytren's contracture. Surgery is not your only treatment option. People may think their contracture has to be severe to be treated, but it doesn't. Visit findahandspecialist.com today to get started.
Take a look at this. Police in Ohio say a disaster was narrowly avoided when an out-of-control dump truck missed a school bus full of kids by mere inches. Police say the truck's driver realized his brakes weren't working as he was approaching the stopped school bus and began downshifting and blaring his horn to alert drivers. Amazingly, he was able to barely squeeze the careening truck past the bus and other vehicles, avoiding what police say would have been a catastrophic incident.
He's a good driver.
He's a good driver. That is close. Lucky. They're all lucky there.
Never had a dump truck come after my school bus.
Especially a pink one.
Yeah.
Well, the weekend was beautiful.
Yeah,
and
sure was.
then what happened? Back to reality.
Yeah,
huh?
you know, and this has been the pattern this spring. You know, you get a warm day, and then all of a sudden you get, you know, a week's worth of cold weather, and then a warm day, and then a week's worth of cold weather.
It's true. It has been like that.
And that's kind of where we're at now. I'll look for below normal temperatures for the rest of this week and for all of next week as well.
Really?
So, but at least it's dry for now. I'll have more on the forecast and when we can expect some rain in just a couple of minutes.
Everything we love about Wisconsin is under attack. As an Army commander, I served God, family, and country. But the media, they say none of that matters anymore. When I was a kid, every day at school, I took the pledge. In the service, I took an oath. But today, people take a knee. When I was 9 years old, my dad handed me a shovel and put me to work. Nowadays, people get paid to sit on the couch. And back then, you called somebody lazy, it was a huge insult. But today, you get a pronoun wrong, and the liberals want your head. I'm Tim Michaels. The radical left, they're destroying everything we love about America. And too many establishment Republicans, they're along for the ride. I'm not some career politician. I'm a self-made businessman who doesn't give a rip about the special interests or their money. I'm Tim Michaels. I'm running for governor to turn Madison upside down and take back the freedoms that make Wisconsin great.
Tim Michaels for governor. He'll turn Madison upside down.
What are you recommending for muscle pain?
Based on clinical data, I recommend Salonpas.
Agreed. My patients like these patches because they work up to 12 hours, even on moderate pain.
Salonpas, it's good medicine.
At Johnsonville, we ask crazy questions every day. Like, what if we made strips of sausage that look like bacon? Would they taste better than bacon? Turns out 1 in 4 Americans like Johnsonville sausage strips better than bacon. Then we asked, can someone who likes sausage strips better than bacon still be considered American? Then we remembered, you can't spell sausage without USA. Johnsonville sausage strips, better than bacon, and possibly more American.
It's time. Get back to your health and fitness goals by joining Anytime Fitness for just $1. Now through May 2nd. Get a coach, get going, get fit. Join Anytime Fitness for just $1. Now through May 2nd. Hurry in today.
When you drive a Honda, the adventures go on and on. Follow your adventures with the thrilling performance of Honda. The brand owners are calling the most fun to drive. Hurry into a local Honda dealer where new vehicles are arriving daily.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Let's see, Saturday we were at 81 degrees. Yesterday, technically our high was 70, although it was in the 60s for most of the day. 3 things you need to know. High temperatures today in the 40s. We're going to be in the middle to upper 40s for tomorrow, Wednesday, and Thursday. And then the showers come in. Temperatures at least will be back up into the 50s, but we'll see off and on rain chances beginning on Thursday and lasting through the weekend and through at least the first half of next week, with the low normal temperatures continuing at least through Thursday of next week as it appears now. Doppler track right now, some flurries and some little light rain shower activity in central portions of upper Michigan. Otherwise, pretty dry, even though there are plenty of clouds across the state. And you can see low temperatures this morning started out right around 40 in Madison, 30s to our north and west, generally in the 40s to the south and east where the clouds hung on a little bit longer. But tonight will be even colder, and freeze warnings are in effect for much of northern Illinois and parts of eastern Iowa. Now, our growing season really hasn't officially started here. It's a little early in the season, so that's why there are no freeze warnings here, but we are expecting sub-freezing temperatures. Over the next 10 days, there's our high temperature trend. The average high temperature goes from 61 to 65 every one of the next 10 days below that mark, and most days significantly below that average high temperature. You can see right now temperatures 20s, 30s, 40s are part of the Midwest. You have to get down to southern Illinois or out into Kansas before you see temperatures at least into the 60s, and that's where we were yesterday. Compared to 24 hours ago, we're seeing temperature drops in the neighborhood of about 15 to 25 degrees. It's a little warmer out to the west, but it was so cold out there over the weekend while we were warm that really their temperatures had no place to go but up. You can see the jet stream kind of sagging again in the central part of the country. That's allowing the colder air to work its way southward. The jet stream now closer to the Ohio River, and you can see another cold front just kind of coming in from the north and west, just reinforcing the cold air. Temperatures right now 40s, 30s across the state of Wisconsin. Future track shows the clouds starting to break up a little bit tonight, but that just allows the heat to escape and temperatures turn even colder. So last night we were around 40. Tomorrow night temperatures will be down around 30. And then you can see partly sunny skies tomorrow, but the winds continuing out of the northwest with highs only in the mid-40s. Partly cloudy skies tomorrow night. Temperatures probably even a few degrees colder in the upper 20s. And then as we head into Wednesday, the clouds start to thicken up. It's possible there could be a late day shower with high temperatures in the middle 40s, maybe even a couple of flurries mixing in late Wednesday night into Thursday morning. The better chances for rain showers start to arrive on Thursday, but you can see those temperatures cold enough for at least a couple of flurries of snow to possibly mix in at least early in the day. So for tomorrow, look for a high of 46, partly sunny, so we'll have at least a little more sunshine than today, but it'll be breezy and continued chilly. And the 7 to 10 day forecast calls for highs in the 40s Wednesday and Thursday. Better chances for rain Thursday, and then probably the best chances of rain over the weekend. Might even see a thunderstorm on Saturday. Those temperatures, though, in the 50s and low 60s by Thursday, but by that time the average high temperature should be around 65 degrees. So, you know, our temperatures aren't even warming up as fast as the average high temperatures, which this time of year are going up on the order of about 3 to 4 degrees every 10 days.
Yeah, well, hope you seized the day on Saturday, right?
It was nice, wasn't it?
It was very nice. Well, it was 80, wasn't it?
81.
Yeah, wow.
A little warm, but...
Oh, don't even start there.
Thank
Are
you,
your tomatoes
yeah,
okay.
They're budding out again, so that's good.
Thanks, Gary.
Billions of dollars of Russian assets have been seized around the world since the start of the war in Ukraine.
But financial authorities and governments are grappling with what to do with those items to help Ukraine.
Nick Robinson gained access to an enormous parking lot in Belgium where custom officials have so far impounded thousands of luxury cars.
Thousands of luxury vehicles not going to Russia. In this corner of the sprawling lot, 200 top-end Cadillac Escalades, street value in excess of $15 million. The spoils of sanctions literally piling up inside Belgium's megaport Zeebrugge, a new front line in Europe's economic war with Russia, pitting Belgian customs agents against Russia's sanctioned oligarchs.
We have been freezing over 200 billion euros of Russian assets. We have also other luxury goods that are being blocked. Momentarily, there are 2,500 containers being blocked for more investigations.
But who actually owns these seized valuables, and can they be sold for money to support Ukraine? It's fast becoming a pressing question, particularly in Europe, feeling the economic pinch of Russia's war. These vehicles aren't Russian-owned yet, but there is plenty of Russian wealth falling under Belgian government control.
There's already 2.7 billion Russian assets that were blocked, were frozen, and then also almost 200 billion transactions that were blocked.
And the goods that have been seized so far, what happens to them? Who owns them?
The transactions, of course, are blocked, and the assets itself are frozen, so they cannot be used anymore. It doesn't mean that they become that the government owns them.
And all these vehicles we're looking at, they all say destination Russia.
Yeah.
In Zeebrugge, shipping terminal boss Mark Adrianson is on the front lines enforcing sanctions. Any vehicle bound for Russia valued over $55,000 is impounded.
So for the moment we have 8,000 cars started. 8,000 already, yeah.
That's a lot.
That's a lot, although we could get more.
A lot more. He says 120,000 vehicles bound for Russia a year transit his controls. Is already turning some away.
We are not there to store cars. We are there to handle cars and to do added value on cars.
Pressure on Adriansons and Belgium will grow. The war far from over and trade ties with Russia deep. In the third quarter of last year, Russia was the European Union's largest maritime trading partner, according to EU data. And 1/3 of all those goods coming through ports like this in Belgium and just up the coast in the Netherlands. It could all add up to potentially billions of dollars of goods that could be used to help Ukraine. But turning it into cash requires legal confiscation. Not an easy process. European parliamentarians are being warned by EU justice officials.
To get somebody's property confiscated, we need a crime. We are looking for legal solutions, money laundering, embezzlement, perhaps sanction circumvention.
Until then, seized goods and assets will age, while Ukraine's frontline fighters die for fresh weapons. Nick Robertson, CNN, Zeebrugge, Belgium.
Well, that is quite a story. Wow. Well, coming up next on Live Before, the 4-day work week may sound foreign to you, but it's gaining steam in the States.
And then coming up next hour at 5, the race for governor is heating up with a new entry on the Republican side, Tim Michels. Our political reporter Will Keneally will break down the money in the gubernatorial race coming up at 5.
At Star N Bank, we think having choices is important, so you can choose the products that are right for your life. What are you waiting for? Explore the possibilities today at starnbank.com.
No matter who you are, being yourself can be tough when you have severe asthma. Triggers can pop up out of nowhere, causing inflammation that can lead to asthma attacks. But no matter what type of severe asthma you have, Tespire can help. Tespire is a new add-on treatment for people 12 and over that proactively reduces inflammation, which means you could have fewer attacks, breathe better, and relieve your asthma symptoms. So you can be you, whoever you are. Tespire is not a rescue medication. Don't take Tespire if you're allergic to it. Allergic reactions like rash or an eye allergy can happen. Don't stop your asthma treatments unless your doctor tells you to. Tell your doctor if you have a parasitic infection or your asthma worsens. Sore throat, joint, and back pain may occur. Avoid live vaccines. By helping control your asthma, Tespire can help you be you. No matter who you are, ask your asthma specialist about Tespire today.
Numbers move you, but some can stop you in your tracks, like the tens of thousands of people who were diagnosed with certain HPV-related cancers. For most people, HPV clears on its own, but for those who don't clear the virus, it can cause certain cancers. Gardasil 9 is a vaccine given to adults through age 45 that can help protect against certain diseases caused by HPV, including cervical, vaginal, vulvar, anal, and certain head and neck cancers, such as throat and back of mouth cancers and genital warts. Gardasil 9 doesn't protect everyone and does not treat cancer or HPV infection. Your doctor may recommend screening for certain HPV-related cancers. Women still need routine cervical cancer screenings. You shouldn't get Gardasil 9 if you've had an allergic reaction to the vaccine, its ingredients, or are allergic to yeast. Tell your doctor if you have a weakened immune system, are pregnant, or plan to be. The most common side effects include injection site reactions, headache, fever, nausea, dizziness, tiredness, diarrhea, abdominal pain, and sore throat. Fainting can also happen. Help protect what counts. Talk to your doctor or pharmacist about Gardasil 9.
Today's the day to go farther. with a partner that provides you innovative solutions for your own personal financial future. Explore the possibilities today at starinbank.com.
A 10-year-old Chippewa Falls girl missing since Sunday night is found dead tonight at 5. What authorities there have discovered that changed a missing person case into a homicide case.
I hope you enjoyed the chilly weather of today because it's going to stick around for a while. At least it'll be mainly dry tomorrow and Wednesday, but chances for showers will return later this week into the weekend. I'll let you know if any warm-up is in sight at 5.
Then at 6, another Republican enters the race for governor with a big campaign ad splash. We look into the ad money that's being spent so far in the heated gubernatorial race. That's tonight on News 3 Now at 6.
New York City, so we ended up, as we spin the old weather satellite, 54 degrees there.
It's a great shot, isn't it?
It really is.
A little cloudy in the Big Apple.
Just like everywhere else.
Yep, exactly.
Well, California lawmakers are considering a bill to make the standard work week 32 hours instead of 40 hours. If it becomes law, it'll apply to workers in companies with 500 or more employees.
At the same time, there is a global push to have more companies adopt a shorter work week. Elise Preston explains.
Patton Hindle works from home for Kickstarter, a crowdfunding site that helps new businesses raise money. Now the company is starting its own new project, changing its employee work week from 5 days to just 4.
Across the board, we're seeing within the company that people are very happy.
Hindle says working 32 hours a week and having an extra day off gives her more quality time with her stepson.
And so instead of me coming back here and sitting down and working, I was able to actually come back, watch a movie, spend time with him, and give him the attention and love that he really wanted.
Kickstarter is part of a pilot program with dozens of other companies testing this new model for 6 months. Joe O'Connor is CEO of 4-Day Week Global, which is running the program. Their research has shown 78% of employees with a shorter week are happier and less stressed, and 63% of businesses find it easier to attract and retain talent.
It's had an enormous transformative impact on people's lives in terms of improved well-being, improved work-life balance, reduced stress and reduced burnout.
A Denver company that adopted a 4-day work week saw productivity stay the same, and that's what leaders at Kickstarter are expecting.
People think that productivity is a function of just hours worked, and it really isn't. It matters how focused people are, how engaged they are at work.
What are you hoping happens after this 6-month pilot? Do you want it to stick around? Do you want it to go back to a 5-day work week?
That's a great question. I think you know the answer.
I gotta ask.
we definitely want it to stay around.
Patton is far from alone. In a survey from Qualtrics, 92% of workers support the idea of moving to a 4-day work week. Elise Preston, CBS News, New York.
All right, I'll do Monday through Thursday. You do Tuesday through Friday.
Okay, that's a deal.
We'll meet in the middle.
Yeah.
In Iceland, most employees have a 4-day work week.
Last month, Belgium announced workers can opt to work 4 10-hour days. It's really an interesting idea. It's trickier in news, I think.
Yeah, we got to be here constantly. Up next at 4, we'll meet our Pet of the Week from the Dane County Humane Society.
And we'll head to the movies with film critic Will Loper. He has a new #1 film to talk about in the Loper Report when Live at 4 continues.
Hi, I'm Dr. Aaron Schwab, General Surgeon at Stoughton Health. If you suffer from bothersome or painful spider veins or varicose veins, please join us for our upcoming seminar where you can learn what new procedures may be able to help you.
If you have COPD, ask your doctor about Breztri. Breztri gives me better breathing and helps prevent flare-ups. Before Breztri, I was stuck in the past. I still had bad days. Flare-ups, which kept me from doing what I love. My doctor said, for my COPD, it was time for Breztri. Breztri gives you better breathing, symptom improvement, and helps prevent flare-ups. Like no other COPD medicine, Breztri was proven to reduce flare-ups by 52%.
Breztri won't replace a rescue inhaler for sudden breathing problems. It is not for asthma. Tell your doctor if you have a heart condition or high blood pressure before taking it. Don't take Breztri more than prescribed. Breztri may increase your risk of thrush, pneumonia, and osteoporosis. Call your doctor if worsened breathing, chest pain, mouth or tongue swelling, problems urinating, vision changes, or eye pain occur.
If you have COPD, ask your doctor about Breztri.
Get your outdoor projects done right with Menards. With the largest selection of treated lumber anywhere and the inventory to back it up. Now's the time to get that outdoor project you've been meaning to get to done. Best yet, we've made it convenient for you to get in and get out, whichever the project. Menards has the treated lumber to get it done.
Save big money at Menards.
Everything we love about Wisconsin is under attack. As an Army commander, I serve God, family, and country. But the media, they say none of that matters anymore. When I was a kid, every day at school, I took the pledge. In the service, I took an oath. But today, people take a knee. When I was 9 years old, my dad handed me a shovel and put me to work. Nowadays, people get paid to sit on the couch. And back then, you called somebody lazy, it was a huge insult. But today, you get a pronoun wrong, and the liberals want your head. I'm Tim Michaels. The radical left, they're destroying everything we love about America. And too many establishment Republicans, they're along for the ride. I'm not some career politician. I'm a self-made businessman who doesn't give a rip about the special interests or their money. I'm Tim Michaels. I'm running for governor to turn Madison upside down and take back the freedoms that make Wisconsin great.
Tim Michaels for governor. He'll turn Madison upside down.
If you suffer from bothersome spider veins or painful varicose veins, please contact us at Stoughton Health to learn about what new procedures may be able to help you. Stoughton Health, creating excellence together.
As we take a look at First Horn traffic, you can see the view of the Beltline at Stoughton Road. Traffic moving pretty steadily. Not seeing any problems in and around Dane County. Beltline looking pretty good. I-3990 south of Madison and to the north. I-3990-94 to the north, as well as US 151 through Beaver Dam. Looking at the posted highway speeds, that's your news for now, First Horn traffic.
Gary, thank you. It's time to meet our pet of the week. Lisa Bernard from the Dane County Humane Society is here once again.
Hi, Lisa.
Hello.
Who do we have here? Hungry guest today. Who is this?
Dude, this is Martin. Martin is a 4-month-old puppy who's still growing and still learning, so please be patient.
Sit? Can you sit?
Martin,
Can you sit?
He said, where's my treat?
Can you sit?
Sit.
Good boy.
Such a good boy.
He came from down south?
He did. He came from Alabama in February.
What breed is he, do you think?
He is, we were told he's part Plott Hound.
Plott Hound.
P-L-O-T-T.
Come here, Plotty. What do you got?
And part Pit Bull.
That's a good boy.
There you go, honey.
He's got a lot of energy, but he's 4 months old.
He is. He's full of energy. He loves to play. He did well in the car ride. And he does get a little nervous around larger crowds right now.
He is a character.
He is. He's like, give me this leash. I'm going to go take myself for a walk.
Yes, exactly. What kind of a home do you think he would do well in? Oop, don't bite.
Probably a family that has a little bit older kids who can help him reinforce his mouthiness, and then
you are a mouthy thing.
He is. He's teething. So
right, exactly.
He's a toddler. We just go, here you go.
Oh, there you go.
You want this?
Oh,
now you're talking.
Yeah.
That's
good. So you need somebody to spend a little time with him and train him.
Yes. Yes. We're trying at the shelter, so obviously there's not as much fun stuff to chew there as there is here.
Yes, that's true.
Especially the new things. But, you know, he did well on the car ride, so.
Yeah, he's a puppy.
Yeah. So he just needs a little patience and training. So.
All right, there you go. There's a good boy. I need a treat for him. Say, if I said I need a treat.
Good boy,
So
honey.
what do you have going on at the Wildlife Center?
So it is baby shower week. So we're asking for donations for the incoming baby animals that we're anticipating throughout the spring. Our Wildlife Center usually sees about 4,000 animals a year.
Really?
2,000 of them are babies during the spring.
Aww.
So it's a large amount of
baby rabbits and
baby rabbits, baby squirrels, baby owls, baby birds. So come here, Martin. He's like, I'm done.
He's had for a minute.
There's a lot to explore here.
There is.
So to giveshelter.com/wildlife for more information and make a donation. I mean, it's not cheap.
It's not cheap, and they have a wish list that they're posting every day on their Facebook page, and they're talking about different ways you can help. Like they're looking for different barriers that they can put up, because when they have, say, baby foxes come in or other baby mammals, they don't want them to see that humans are the ones taking care of them. So.
All right, and last week's pet?
Harry.
Harry?
Yes, he's currently unavailable right now.
Okay.
So, but we're hopeful he'll get a new home soon.
Okay. For him, all right. And we'll get Martin a home here.
Yes, Martin needs a home. He can't wait to go run around.
Go to giveshelter.org for information on him and all of the other animals available. Lisa, great to see you again.
Great to see you, Lisa.
Thank you for having us. Martin, come on, honey.
All right, let's check in now with Will Loper. He has the weekend box office.
Hey, Mark and Susan. Well, Dumbledore was defeated by they who must not be named this past weekend. Yes, a group of bad guys won the box office with $24 million.
We may be bad, but we're so good at it. We're out of here.
So long, suckers! Going nowhere.
Well, this just got a little weird.
The bad guy stars Sam Rockwell as Mr. Wolf, who leads a group of villainous animals on a heist. But maybe they all have a good side to them after all.
What are you doing? We're gonna pretend to go good. The bad guys become the good guys so we can stay the bad guys. You know what I'm saying?
It's fantastic. There's plenty of animated hijinks and fun for kids. And parents won't have too bad a time either, especially as they spot all the references to other heist movies. Also opening in theaters at number 5 with $7 million is The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent.
What's the worry here, Nick? You've lost some of your talent as an actor?
No. In a movie that's as meta as it can possibly get, Nick Cage plays Nick Cage, agreeing to attend a rich man's birthday.
I am so happy that you're here. Is this supposed to be me? It's grotesque. What do you guys want?
We're with Central Intelligence. Do you know who you're spending time with? One of the most ruthless men on the face of this planet.
Every moment that the film indulges in the Nicolas Cage of it all, the wild performances of his career, the weird moments that have turned into memes, the movie succeeds.
Whoa, okay!
The less interesting parts are Nick Cage having to go undercover for the CIA and play out a generic plot. But I suppose they did need to construct a plot of some kind around this movie.
Have you seen Croods 2?
No, I'm 44 years old. Why would I see Croods 2? I've seen Face Off and Con Air.
Over on streaming services, new on Netflix is the series Heartstopper.
Nick Delson. He is the star player on the rugby team. We are a trio of borderline outcasts. He's different. Hey.
Teen Charlie develops a crush, but there's just one problem.
He's the straightest person I have ever seen.
Thank you.
How do I stop liking someone, specifically a straight guy?
A question for the ages.
New on HBO Max is season 3 of Barry.
We've both done terrible things in our lives, but everybody deserves a second chance.
Bill Hader is back as the hitman who just wants to be left alone and follow his dream of being an actor.
I need purpose. Forgiveness is something that has to be earned. It's like that line in Shawshank Redemption. Get rich or die trying.
Hey, and new on Wednesday on Disney Plus, learn to draw Disney characters with Sketchbook.
A lot of people think there's this big machine behind these movies. It's actually this very intimate process.
I'm going to show you how to draw Olaf.
Captain Hook.
Cusco from The Emperor's New Groove.
Simba. Mirabelle from Encanto.
6 Disney artists talk about their art and their process.
I really like starting with the eyes.
It's been said, you know, that the eyes are the window to the soul.
For Live at 4, I'm Will Loper.
You don't have to be the best. You are who you are, and that is more than the best.
If you have advanced non-small cell lung cancer, your first treatment could be a chemo-free combination of 2 immunotherapies that works differently. It could mean a chance to live longer. Opdivo plus Yervoy is for adults newly diagnosed with non-small cell lung cancer that is spread, tests positive for PD-L1, and does not have an abnormal EGFR or ALK gene. Together, Opdivo plus Yervoy helps your immune system launch a response that fights cancer in 2 different ways. Opdivo plus Yervoy equals a chance for more time together, more family time, more time to remember. remember. Opdivo and Yervoy can cause your immune system to harm healthy parts of your body during and after treatment. These problems can be severe and lead to death. See your doctor right away if you have a cough, chest pain, shortness of breath, irregular heartbeat, diarrhea, constipation, severe stomach pain, nausea or vomiting, dizziness, fainting, eye problems, extreme tiredness, changes in appetite, thirst or urine, rash, itching, confusion, memory problems, muscle pain or weakness, joint pain, flushing or fever. These are not all the possible side effects. Problems can occur together and more often when Opdivo is used with Yervoy. Tell your doctor about all medical conditions, including immune or nervous system problems, if you've had or plan to have an organ or stem cell transplant or received chest radiation. Here's to a chance to live longer. Ask your doctor about the combination of 2 immunotherapies, Opdivo plus Yervoy. Thank you to all those in our clinical trials.
In late October of 2021, I got COVID, and I was pretty sure that I was at the end of my rope.
I knew we were in trouble when we decided to bring in our attorney to start having Joel sign end-of-life documents, business documents.
My last try was an experimental medication. She put me on the Aviptadil, and that next morning when I woke up, I was a new man.
Because of Ron Johnson's right to try bill, I have my husband today.
I'm Ron Johnson, and I approve this message.
An apparent domestic disturbance on Madison's west side leads to the death of a toddler. At 5, find out what police have discovered in their investigation. Also, see how the Madison School District is honoring Ho-Chunk Nation land where schools in the city now stand. That's tonight at 5.
Need to know what the traffic is like before you hit the road? Get the Channel 3000 app now, and I'll tell you where the trouble spots are and how to get around them.
The Channel 3000 app. Get it now. Powered by News 3 Now.
It's chilly out there. 43 right now in Madison, already down to 39 at the Baraboo Dells Airport. Winds right now in about the 10 to 20 mile per hour range, so that just adds to the chill. We're seeing some gusts up to around 30 miles an hour. Look for a low tonight of about 30, high tomorrow only at 46. We'll be right back.
At Parker Heating and Cooling, you can save a whole bunch of money when you buy an air conditioner. You know what's even better? Saving even more money when you purchase an air conditioner and a furnace at the same time.
Parker Heating and Cooling.
Some numbers are thrilling, some impressive, some just right. After an accident, there's one critical number. The number that helps you get your life back by factoring in your needs for today and tomorrow. That's where Habish and Rotier's numbers really add up. With over 90 years of client successes and 13 offices to help you wherever you are. No other personal injury law firm is better suited to get the amount that's right for you.
Allergies just try to stop us being the greatest versions of ourselves. Allegra lasts up to 6 times longer than Benadryl, so trees, you won't take us down.
Allegra starts working 2 times faster than Claritin, so dust, you won't wipe us out.
And unlike Zyrtec, Allegra won't make us drowsy. So fur, you won't phase us. When allergies attack, take Allegra before your symptoms take over you. Live
your
greatness.
In the military, we call it dereliction of duty. Ron Johnson is supposed to serve Wisconsin. Instead, he served himself. An investigation found Ron Johnson pushed through a special tax loophole that benefited his own family's business. Then he cashed out of the company for $5 million. Ron Johnson has doubled his wealth since taking office. That's a dereliction of duty. Tell Ron Johnson to stop passing tax laws that benefit himself.
Fry Construction invites you to celebrate spring with our big Spring Thaw sale. We're talking about savings of 22%. Many of your neighbors already know how we strive to meet and exceed expectations with each and every project. That's why they voted us Best Roofer 2 years in a row. Experience the best of Madison for yourself with Fry Construction. Get on board with our Spring Thaw sale. Save 22% off gutters or insulation with any full roofing project. Schedule your consultation today at fryconstruction.com.
At Harker Heating and Cooling, you can save a whole bunch of money when you buy an air conditioner. You know what's even better? Saving even more money when you purchase an air conditioner and a furnace at the same time.
Harker Heating and Cooling.
In today's Final Touch, it's billed as the most fun you can have in bed with your clothes on.
And teams had plenty of fun over the weekend at the Conch Republic Blue Ribbon Bed Race, which took place in Key West. A highlight of the island's 40th annual Conch Republic Independence Celebration. The race starred strange bedfellows propelling decorated beds on wheels along the island's famed Duval Street. Entrants were pitted against each other to pilot their beds as fast as possible to the finish line. Each team consisted of 4 runners driving the bed with a 5th member riding on it. The quirky race is a fundraiser for the Key West-based Sister Season Fund, established to assist local hospitality and tourism employees in need. Always fun in Key West.
Nice to see how warm it is there.
That's our time for now. Thanks for watching. News 3 Now at 5 starts right now.